Yo, what is going on? Good morning. This is Andrew, known as Zero Draw Drew, Pip Cash Administration. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel, keep us motivated to put this content out every day. So we're here with another weekly analysis. It is a new year, baby. Let's fucking go. Happy New Year. It is Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. Let's get into it. Yeah, baby. Hope everyone had a great week. So let's go. I'm going to start with Gbp Usd as usual. Gbp Usd during the week, we had this strong bullish engulfing candle last week, which pushed price a little bit higher. One thing that I do notice is we had this strong engulfing wave up to the north side, right? One thing I do notice is we do have this U-like resistance at 1.36050 key zone, so that's something we might want to look out for, right? So we're also watching these key past resistance levels right here, which is going to be future support, which is at 1.34900 key support, right? On the daily chart, we did have this U resistance, so all buyers liquidity pretty much is grabbed above that level, so there is a possibility that we do see bull traps above this level into the beginning of the week, right? So if on Monday we get an engulfing back into range, we might have a chance to start shorting it back down to this 1.340 key support, right? So on the hourly chart, one thing that I do notice is all sellers liquidity is down below at this level, where we were talking about on the weekly chart, which is down here. So if we get that daily bull trap back into value, that's probably going to be our first target on the short. But we do want to play it by day and wait for the setup to happen first. The setup for the sell is not there yet, but there is a possibility that we do start to turn around now. So on the hourly chart, we are watching this trend line right here where all buyers liquidity is. We're also watching this 1.35700 resistance level, where that previous pattern on the daily chart is right here. As you can see, this 1.35700 resistance is the same level over there. So we might have a little push up to that level in the beginning of the week, and then look for a reaction there. Maybe look for possible bull traps to this level afterwards, right? So that is Gbp Usd. We're going to go over everything more towards the end. Again, quick little recap. But for the most part, Gbp Usd is bullish on the weekly chart, right? We had this impulse back into this 1.34800 key support, right? On the daily chart, we pushed above this U resistance. All buyer liquidity is grabbed, so there is a possibility that we might see some bull traps if we get an engulfing back into this 1.35130 key support, right? So all buyers liquidity on the hourly chart is above this trend line and this 1.35700 resistance level, so you just want to look for a reaction and play it by day. On the 15-minute chart, all seller liquidity is pretty much below this level and this level right here, so you could look for setups over there. We're also looking at this trend lines and that key support level. Okay, so that is Gbp Usd. Gbp Jpy is a little messed up. I wouldn't want to trade this if I was going to trade it, but I'll tell you guys what I see. So Gbp Jpy, we had this strong impulse wave up to that right shoulder resistance at 156-100 key resistance level, right? On the daily chart, we had this strong move up. We don't really have much price action. It just kind of looks like a short squeeze. Everybody that was trying to short this daily crown pattern is getting squeezed out. So all buyers liquidity pretty much is above this 156.002 key resistance level. That's where all buyers liquidity is. So I think we do want to continue to push higher, maybe trap bulls above that level. Once we get that trap above that level, we might start to come back down again, right? So on the hourly chart, we are watching that 156.050 key resistance as explained on the daily chart right there. That's that level right there. So all buyer liquidity is above that level and that trend line. So if price pushes above, comes back into value, you might be able to look for a small short opportunity, play it by day, and move on to the next trade. So that is Gbp Jpy. Like I said, something that I really wouldn't want to touch because of the daily, short squeeze. Something like this is something I really want to stay away from because, price could just keep pushing up, even though, we got a right shoulder there. So you do want to wait for bulls to become trapped, wait for price to slow down, wait for price to come back in, then look for that short opportunity when it does set up, okay? So that is Gbp Jpy, Euro USD. Euro USD has been in a range for the past couple weeks, as you can see right here. It's just been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? On the daily chart, one thing that I do notice is we are sort of starting to make an ABCD like pattern, so there is a possibility that we might get a little move up. One thing that I do notice that on Friday we did have this rejection. On Thursday we took out that rejection on Friday. So that previous rejection is at that 1.13600 key support level. Is at that 1.13600 key support level. So there is a possibility that we do pull back, maybe trap bears into that level, in the beginning of the week to get that move up. But like I did say, we are in this range, so there is a possibility that we do continue to range. One thing that I do notice is I think we do want to come up to this trend line right here. That's probably why we are ranging, because it wants to approach that trend line over there, right? So like I said, we are sort of starting to form that ABCD like pattern. We took out that rejection. Maybe look for possible bear traps to this 1.13600 key support, so we might get our next push up. Like I said, trade towards that trend line, maybe take profits over there, look for bull traps above that trend line to short back down, but we're going to get a good reaction at that trend line once we approach there, due to this range that is setting up over here, okay? So that is Euro USD. Last but not least, gold, right? Gold bulls are pretty strong on gold. Like I said before, we had this crown pattern before. I did want to see price push above this right shoulder where all buyers liquidity was. So all buyers liquidity is grabbed on gold at the moment, but there is no reason to short it yet unless the bull trap sets up to this key support level at 1813 key support, right? So there is no reason to short gold yet. We are watching this 1833 key resistance level as well. That is another key resistance level. So all buyers liquidity on gold is above that 1833 key resistance level and this trend line right here. But there is a possibility that price does start to slow down, and we do set up a bull trap above this right shoulder. It's hard to see on the hourly chart because it's a bigger pattern. So if price, starts to consolidate over here, we get like a bullish wick and then that wick is filled, then we could start to look for short opportunities back down, right? So right now, buyers liquidity on gold is grabbed. So we're just waiting for price to slow down a little bit for that short opportunity to overall set up. On the hourly chart, all buyers liquidity, like I said, is above that 1833 resistance and this trend line. So if price pushes above, comes back into value, you might be able to look for a short-term short, but the big term short would be confirmed if we get that bull trap, that daily bull trap on that right shoulder, which is at that 1814 key support, right? So if we get a wick there, that wick is filled, then long term we might want to start to pull back, right? So that is gold, right? So we're going to do a quick little recap real quick, and then we're going to go on with the rest of our fucking day, baby. So let's get into it. Gold, right? Like I said, we're bullish on the week, right? We're approaching that 1833 key resistance level. On the daily chart, we have this daily crown pattern. All buyers liquidity is grabbed above this 1813 key resistance, right? But we're also watching this 1833 key resistance, so price may have a little bit more upside, to push towards that key resistance level. But at the same time, you do want to keep in mind that there is a possibility that we do start to see a bull trap above this 1813 key resistance. So if we get a wick here, that wick is filled, that short opportunity long term might set up. So on the hourly chart, all buyer liquidity is above this trend line and this 1833 resistance. You might be able to look for bull traps over there to start to short it back down to the support levels listed and just play it by day, right? So that is gold, Euro USD. a little bit different. Weekly, we're in a range, right? So we're in the range on the week. We're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you just want to keep in mind that we are in a range on EURUSD. EURUSD, we got this ABCD-like pattern on the daily chart. So there is a possibility that we might start to see some upside towards that trend line listed. We did have this rejection right here. We took out that rejection. That past support would be at 1.13600 support. So there is a possibility that you do see bear traps to this level to trade towards, you know, that overall trend line on the hourly chart, right? But keep in mind that we are on a range, so this might be a little hard to trade, but you do want to play it by day. You know, you see this rejection, you might find support at 1.13600, you know, and just go with the move, right? So you just want to go with the probabilities, play it by day, and move on to the next trade, right? So that is EURUSD. Gbp Jpy, something I really wouldn't touch. We're approaching that right shoulder at 156, 100 key resistance, right? On the daily chart, it looks like more of a short squeeze than an actual move. All buyer liquidity is above that 156, 100 resistance level and that trend line right there. So there is a possibility that we do see bull traps above that level, you know, for the short opportunity down to the levels listed, right? So this is Gbp Jpy. If I was taking shorts, I would wait for that bull trap above that trend line on the hourly chart, then probably trade towards this 600, then this support level right here, next support level, and so on and so forth. So that is Gbp Jpy. Gbp Usd. Gbp Usd, similar story from Gbp Jpy. Bulls are strong right now. Weekly resistance level at 1.36050 resistance level, right? We did break above this 1.34850 resistance level, so there is a possibility that we may see some upside in the beginning of the week. All buyers liquidity is grabbed above this, you know, U resistance on the daily chart. So if we get a bullish engulfing back into value, there is a possibility that we do see short opportunities earlier on into the week down to this 1.340 key support. We do got to keep in mind that we are approaching that resistance level at 1.35700 resistance, right? So on the hourly chart, all buyers liquidity is above this trend line in this 1.35700 resistance level, where you could see possible bull traps, you know, to look for short opportunities down to the support levels listed. Okay, so that is everything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM, instagram.com/zero-draw-drew. I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. There's a lot of information here. Make sure you do your back testing before you take these trades. You know, there's a lot of information, but if you want to just go back in the previous calls, you can see that, you know, for the most part, these are pretty accurate. So, all right, guys, make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel, keep us motivated, put this content out every other day. Good luck to the new year. It's a new year. A lot of you guys are about to take the fuck off and you don't even know. So let's get it. Just keep moving forward. Make sure you like this, subscribe. Love you all. Take care. Bye.